Welcome to this in-depth exploration of the Los Angeles fire, a tragedy that has shaken communities and sparked profound debates about its causes and meaning. Let us dive into the facts, perspectives, and truths behind this catastrophe. Human civilization stands as both a marvel and a fragile construct, easily upended by the forces of nature. The Los Angeles fire serves as a poignant reminder of humanity's dual nature, our extraordinary resilience and profound vulnerability when faced with the forces of nature. January 7, 2025, a spark in the dry bushes in Los Angeles ignited an inferno which engulfed the city in a hell of flames. 24 lives have been tragically lost, with many still missing. An area more than twice the size of Manhattan has been reduced to ashes. Over 12,000 structures, including luxury homes and upscale neighborhoods of LA County, are now rubble. More than 100,000 people are under evacuation orders. This is not just a local disaster, but a moment of reckoning for all of us. While the community mourns, debates over the cause and meaning of this catastrophe have ignited across media and social platforms. For some, it's a natural tragedy, exacerbated by urban planning failures, mismanagement, and climate change. For others, it's a divine message, a punishment, they claim, for moral transgressions. First, let's understand the scope of the tragedy. Fires are nothing new to California. More than 7,500 wildfire incidents happen in this part of the USA each year. Los Angeles has seen its fair share of wildfires, often fueled by dry conditions, strong winds, and urban sprawl. This particular fire, however, is one of the deadliest in recent memory. Emergency responders and firefighters have been working tirelessly to control the flames and search for survivors. Now, this firefighting effort has grown into a truly international endeavor. Canada and Mexico have stepped forward with their resources, sending firefighting teams and equipment to assist in containing the inferno. Their support underscores the shared commitment to battling this disaster, reminding us that the response to such crises often transcends borders and unites humanity in a common cause. Investigators are diligently working to uncover the exact cause of this catastrophic fire. Experts highlight several contributing factors: record-breaking droughts, aging and delayed infrastructure upgrades, and the escalating intensity of climate-related disasters. However, despite these well-supported scientific explanations, some have turned to spiritual interpretations. They claim the cause has already been determined, divine wrath, asserting that the fire is a punishment for their sinful transgressions. This perspective has sparked widespread debate, intertwining faith, science, and societal reflection. Some commentators have drawn a controversial link between the disaster and remarks made at an awards show just weeks prior. These speeches, characterized by critics as irreverent or blasphemous, have been framed as an affront to divine principles. One scholar says, God is angry because people have walked away from him, while others are praying, may this tragedy bring people back to the hand of God. Another commentator highlights a striking connection between celebrities mocking God at the Golden Globe Awards and later turning to prayer when the fires threaten their homes. He notes this shift as a poignant reflection of how individuals often seek divine intervention in moments of personal crisis, contrasting it with their earlier irreverence. This observation has sparked considerable debate, with some viewing it as a moral reckoning and others questioning its broader relevance to the disaster. Proponents of this narrative argue that the fire is a direct consequence, a manifestation of divine retribution against perceived moral decay. This interpretation has amplified debates, with some defending the freedom of artistic expression while others call for introspection about societal values. Linking natural disasters to divine punishment is not new. Throughout biblical history, events such as the Great Flood in the time of Noah or the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah have been interpreted as divine responses to human sin. These stories, deeply ingrained in cultural and religious consciousness, reflect humanity's enduring need to assign meaning to suffering and chaos. When people see devastation, they often turn to narratives that align with their spiritual or moral beliefs, seeking order in the face of overwhelming uncertainty. The truth of this narrative remains elusive. Whether this fire represents divine wrath or not is beyond definitive human understanding. Who can truly claim to speak on behalf of God? While the biblical record is filled with accounts of destruction wrought upon wicked communities, these parallels may seem striking when compared to the LA Inferno. It might be tempting to attribute this devastation to divine punishment. But is it truly so? We do not know, and we cannot know with certainty. Such interpretations must be approached with humility and caution. However, there are some truths we can clearly understand and acknowledge. We know that no human being can claim the moral authority to declare others deserving of God's wrath. We understand the tangible, objective connection between wildfires and ecological destruction, much of which is driven by human intervention and mismanagement. It is evident that systemic flaws in urban planning have left Los Angeles particularly vulnerable to such disasters, compounding the devastation. Experts had long foreseen an inferno of this scale, warning that it was only a matter of time before the perfect storm of conditions, prolonged droughts, high winds, and unchecked urban sprawl into fire-prone areas, ignited such devastation. These warnings, though clear, often went unheeded, underscoring the critical need for proactive measures and effective preparedness. Furthermore, attributing disasters to divine punishment can have far-reaching consequences. These narratives often shift focus away from essential recovery efforts, practical solutions, and necessary reforms, while deepening divisions during a time when unity and collective action are most crucial. These narratives risk deepening emotional trauma for survivors and misdirecting public discourse away from the root causes of such catastrophes. Among these root causes are the unchecked urban expansion into fire-prone areas, insufficient investment in wildfire prevention measures, and the failure to address climate change's escalating impact on natural disasters. By focusing on these critical issues, we can work toward meaningful solutions rather than perpetuating divisive rhetoric. How should we approach this situation? Should we rely on a narrative whose truth is known only to God, steeped in faith and interpretation? Or should we ground our understanding in the rational comprehension of facts that point to tangible causes and solutions? Perhaps the best approach lies in balancing humility with reason, acknowledging the mysteries beyond our grasp while focusing on the actionable steps within our reach. As humble human beings, our focus must remain steadfast on fostering empathy, providing actionable support, and implementing effective long-term prevention strategies. By confronting underlying issues such as climate change, improving infrastructure resilience, and prioritizing ecological sustainability, we can collectively work toward a future where such tragedies are both less frequent and less devastating. We can achieve this by implementing specific actions, such as investing in advanced wildfire detection technologies, enforcing stricter land use planning to prevent construction in high-risk areas, and strengthening environmental policies to mitigate the accelerating impacts of climate change. By taking these tangible steps, we can build a safer and more resilient future for all. This is not just a moral obligation, but a responsibility we owe to ourselves and to all our fellow humans, united by the shared challenges of an interconnected world. What's more, assigning blame in this manner can marginalize those who are already vulnerable. For instance, survivors who have lost loved ones and homes may feel ostracized or burdened by these narratives, further deepening their emotional trauma. Instead of fostering solidarity, such judgments can create divides, shifting attention away from pressing needs like relief efforts, infrastructure improvement, and environmental protections. It's crucial to ask, are we helping or hurting the community when we use tragedies as a platform for moral judgments? More importantly, how can we ensure that our responses to disasters promote healing, understanding, and resilience for all? As Los Angeles begins to rebuild, the focus should remain on supporting survivors, understanding the causes, and preventing future disasters. We must resist the urge to oversimplify complex events or exploit them for ideological gains. In times of crisis, let us rise above division and blame. Let us come together with compassion, united in the shared mission to rebuild, support, and learn. This is how we honor our shared humanity, how we fulfill our duty as individuals to foster hope and resilience in our communities. This is how we can transform the forces of nature from a source of devastation into a reminder of our collective strength and capacity for benevolence. Together, we can rebuild not just structures, but the bonds that hold us as one. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to help spread this message of unity and hope. Together, we can make a difference.